Welcome back. So the market's absolutely flat, 5.5 odd point change on the Nifty. We've got the management of Century Plyboards joining us. Keshav Bhajanka is Executive Director of the company, and he's with us on the show. We saw some volume degrowth and margin pressure in the laminates and MDF segments. Could you just start there? What exactly caused that?
Hi, good morning. So with regards to laminates, what we are witnessing in the market is a position where there are a lot of new factories that are coming, and there has been a drastic increase in raw material cost, particularly in the cost of phenol, which is a derivative of the increase in the cost of crude. As such, the smaller manufacturers have been unable to pass on the cost to the market, so currently they are bleeding. Having said that, there is only a certain while till which this can sustain. So this raw material pressure, coupled with the fact that there is a lot of excess supply in the market, will lead down to closure of some of the smaller units. So going forward, I don't see this as a problem. Alongside that, we have taken a price increase as recently as the 1st of November. So I think this quarter our margins should be looking far better. When it comes to MDF, you see the capacity of MDF has more than doubled in the past year. So that brings alongside it a lot of pressure in terms of sales, because even though the demand is strong, it is growing at 20-30%, supply has gone up by 100% plus. Having said that, the increase in the dollar, where it has gone up from the levels of 64 to about 73 today, has led to an increase in the cost of imports by in excess of 12 to 13%. This has led to domestic MDF becoming far more competitive as compared to imported MDF, because the only advantage that imports had was a lower cost than us. So I think going forward, the trends in MDF are also looking up. In fact, October was the highest selling month in MDF till date.
Okay. What happened with regards to your decorative ply volumes, Keshav? If you could just take us through what took place there, because I think there was a volume decline this quarter.
You see, there are two segments within decorative ply. There is the plywood segment, which has been showing a constant growth, which has been showing double-digit growth plus, and there is a veneer segment, which is the face veneer that we produce and we sell to other manufacturers. So that segment has been showing a degrowth, primarily because there is a product called reconstituted veneer, the trend of which is going down. Having said that, that is advantageous to us in the plywood segment, because as the trend of reconstituted veneer goes down, the trend of natural veneer has been going up, and natural veneer happens to be our most profitable product. So I think overall the decorative veneer segment is poised for degrowth, whereas the decorative plywood segment is poised for growth going forward.
There was about a 250 basis point overall fall in EBITDA margins. Laminate and MDF margins, etc., both were under pressure as we discussed. Could you talk to us about what things could look like for the full year on margins?
You see, I think that these are the lowest margins that we will witness for the entire year, because plywood margins, you can see, are quite strong. As I told you, in MDF and in laminates, the trend is looking quite positive. So going forward, we are very hopeful of at least 3 to 4% higher EBITDA margins in this quarter itself. So I think overall the blended EBITDA margins should only go up from here.
On the forex front, I mean, with the loss that you reported, any indication there? Could the numbers stay volatile?
Yes. You see, in the long term, I'm talking about the past 15 odd years, we have been beneficiaries of leaving our total forex exposure unhedged. However, today the market situation is very, very volatile, and as such we have taken a decision to hedge all our forex liabilities. As such, the only increase you will see will be the increase in the hedging cost, but this entire uncertainty around forex will no longer be on the balance sheet.
Okay. Keshav, just before we let you go, can you give us a sense in terms of how much the transition has been in the market to the organized sector vis-a-vis unorganized post GST? What are the statistics right now?
You see, I cannot give you exact statistics, because as you know, our industry is very heavily dominated by the unorganized. What I can tell you is that the transition that we had envisaged from the unorganized to the organized has not taken place in the same way that we had thought. We had looked at a very, very rapid change, but in India, despite the massive implementation of GST and despite the e-way bill coming in, that change has not really taken shape to the extent that we thought. Definitely the trend is up. Definitely we are seeing an increase in the share of the organized. But the growth is far more gradual than what we had anticipated.
Okay. All right, Keshav, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that is the view coming in from CenturyPly. For the markets, quite a subdued session as of now. Mid-cap index just about down 55 odd points. Nifty just about holding its head above the water. Let's get you some market outlook as we wrap up the show.